right, now moving on. This weekend, new heavyweight champion of the world.
I said it. New heavyweight champion of the world, David the Haymaker Haye.
Yeah, like we said, we both said we thought he would win. Unanimous decision. You know what? Valuev has a very strong chin. He's a very big man. He almost got it done in the 12th round. He rocked.
Rock him. He did.
I haven't seen Valuev rocked too many times, if ever.
Some people, no, I've never seen
him rocked.
Some people actually say, and I'm going to verify the source, that actually David Haye had a broken hand.
I read this today that he does have a severely sprained wrist right now, but they don't know if his hand's actually broken. He's going for the MRI this week, but he will be sidelined for a bit.
Listen, I saw the fight, and I think the fight was not the most exciting fight at all.
I agree.
But, you know, the guy, to try to fight a guy who's over 7 feet is very tough. He did enough to win the fight. He moved around. He did a similar job as Evander Holyfield did.
Except he didn't get robbed.
But he did a little bit more than Evander. He did land some more punches. He did not do all these combinations because, you know, he didn't want to get caught. But he did enough to land a 1 punch, 2 punch, and just move around. And he was too quick for Valuev, and Valuev could not catch him up. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a new heavyweight champion. And like we said, now he has to fight John Ruiz. It's the mandatory. We'll have to wait and see how long that'll take because of the hand injury. And after that, he wants to target the Klitschko's.
Yeah, and you know what? In all fairness, the German promoters, they basically have apparently a couple of fights on David Haye as an option. So for them, I would have been surprised if there would have been a robbery, because now they're going to get an exciting heavyweight fighter that is going to probably do a lot of noise in the heavyweight. And like you said, I want to see now the Klitschko fight. That he comes in with a belt, he's got more power in the negotiations right now. And he's got the speed.
He has the speed, he has the power, he has the knockout power, which is always exciting to watch. You know what? He promotes the fight. He gets you into it. He gets under the skin of his opponents.
He does.
He's a promoter, and it's great to see. It's good for boxing.
And you know what, fans? You're going to love this guy because he's going to continue talking, and he's a great promoter for himself. I don't think he needs any promoters. This guy can promote himself. And it's going to be great when he finally faces, I want to see him first face Vladimir before he faces Vitaly. I think he has a better chance of beating Vladimir than Vitaly. And
I agree.
And I think it's going to be an exciting thing. We're going to talk about something else, Costa.
Yeah, so now since we started talking about results, let's continue about results. Since our last show, we had the 2 first fights of the Super 6. Fred, our predictions did come true.
We did. We were right on the mark.
Yeah, we saw Carl Froch with a close decision.
Yeah,
split
it was a close decision.
But we said it would be a close decision because of the boxing versus the power.
Listen, what do you want? I mean, Durrell is very tough to fight. He moves a lot.
He's a defensive boxer. He's very fast. But you know what? Him and his camp were screaming robbery. I don't think it was a robbery. I saw the fight for Froch. It was very close, but I still think Froch did just enough to win by a round.
It could have been. Listen, it could have been a draw. It could have been by a round. But again, he is the champion. You got to take the belt away from the champion.
Exactly.
Durrell, he should have just planted his feet more. He did not plant his feet, but when he did plant his feet and he did hit him, he hurt Froch a couple of times during the fight. The guy has a lot of power. He's young. And he's going to be a very good fighter for a long time.
He should have capitalized on that. But Froch, one thing we know about him, even if he goes down, he comes back up. He has heart.
He did this against Jermaine Taylor.
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of Jermaine Taylor, boy.
I feel bad for this guy. You know what?
I like Jermaine, but
I like him. I do think he has a lot of skills as a boxer, but I do not think he belongs in a ring anymore. After what we saw, it was scary.
He got a concussion. Actually, he couldn't leave Germany. They had to stay overnight for observation, and Abraham fought a smart fight. Again, Jermaine Taylor wins the first 6 rounds. Well, he was ahead
close.
in the first 5, 6 rounds.
He was outboxing him, and then
again
he went down, and then that devastating knockout. I don't even think he saw the punch coming. He was out.
And you know what? It came almost at the same time as the fight with Carl Froch.
A few seconds left.
15 seconds left.
The 12th round.
He gets hit.
And you know what? One thing though, I noticed Abraham did look great in the fight, but I noticed a lot of holes in his defensive game that haven't really been exposed before.
Yeah.
Like Taylor was landing jabs at will at a point, and I don't know. And what if as we get further into the Super 6 tournament, that might be a problem with some people.
Listen, he has good power. He's got great power.
Great power.
Okay, and he has his defense is decent. He's trying to do the little bookaboo, and he did okay. But a guy who can fight in angles will most likely be able to reach his defense. So, and I'm hoping for the finale. But I would love to see Abraham and Kessler. That would be a hell of a fight.
We'll see how it plays out. Speaking of Kessler, the big fight coming up, the third fight of the first round of the Super 6, Kessler versus Ward.
It's going to be an incredible fight. I can tell you that, BoxingShow.tv fans. It's going to be amazing. Obviously, I'm giving it to my guy, Mikkel Kessler, my favorite fighter of the tournament, and one of my best fighters out there. And I think he's going to win the tournament. I'm saying it.
Kessler is a seasoned veteran. He has a lot of fights. He's been fighting for a long time. Andre Ward, the youngster, he hasn't really had the best competition. Yeah, he stepped up against Edison Miranda and he won. He fought a smart game plan. He won all the rounds, and we're all scared to see how would Andre Ward fight against somebody with that kind of power, and he was able to just outbox him and win the fight. But Mikkel Kessler knows how to box.
That's a whole different story. Andre Ward is a good, solid boxer. I think he's going to do well. But against Kessler, I think he's got too much experience, and that's where the fight is going to probably end up, in the cards of experience. That's how he's going to win the fight.
That's the way I see it too. And
last but certainly not least, we saw this fight: Chad Dawson and Mr. Glenn Koff Johnson.
There was no controversy this time.
No controversy.
Dawson showed he's the younger man, he's the fresher man, he's at the top of the 175 division.
Right.
He did what he had to do. He got those ghosts out of his closet. People can't come back and tell him, oh, Glenn beat you, you robbed him. And now they said they're looking ahead to bigger and better things.
I mean, he didn't dominate the fight like a few people said. It was a good, clear fight. He's not a knockout artist, and it's hard to knock out Glenn Koff Johnson. But he did enough to win the fight clearly, and he's ready to move on and maybe possibly get a fight and you do a unification belt with our local boy.
Jean-Pascal.
Well, that's going to be an amazing fight.
From what they were saying after the fight with Dawson's promoters, they said that they do not want to wait all the way for Hopkins and Jones to happen to fight the winner of that. They said in the meantime they do want to fight Jean-Pascal, which is great for Montreal.
And I don't think Jean-Pascal is going to fight Roy Jones, even if they were both successful. He already said it. It's his idol, and forget about that. So
of course it'd be great to see Jean-Pascal step it up against Chad Dawson.
That would be a great fight.
Great for the city, because even Dawson said they wouldn't mind coming to Montreal because they know how many people come here.
That would be amazing.
It'd be great. We have to wait and see.
That's it.
So we had a lot to talk about.
We covered almost everything. I hope. And until then, fans, do not forget, if you want to make any comments on YouTube, please do so. Subscribe to our channel, and then you can get all the latest videos that we're going to be updating and putting up on the website. And info@boxingshow.tv if you want to send any type of emails, if you agree or disagree with us. Until then, boxingshow.tv fans, coming back for more and more.